In one of my previous videos, we were going over some of Attack on Titan's iconic moments, and I realized something. What if Marco hid and heard their entire conversation, then went to go tell Erwin and the Scout Regiment everything? Well, today, guys, we're going to be talking about what if Marco lived to tell this new and crucial information with the Scout Regiment. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We talk about all things anime related, from recommendations, breakdowns, to relating anime to real life. We do it all here. Let's get started. Where we are in the story. Guys, these pieces of the story are so crucial, they can change the story completely in my opinion. First off, Erwin, Levi, and Hanji are all still alive in tip-top shape. They are healthy and probably the smartest minds in the entire show. During this time in the story, we don't see this, but Erwin's plot to lead out the female Titan shows his brilliance. Hanji has an active role in the curious mind and learning more about the Titans, and while Levi is him, his skills with the ODM gear are unmatchable and very overwhelming for many of the shapeshifter Titans in the show. But we are not done with the amount of people that are still alive and able to perform in this what if. The Levi squad is still alive. Mish, who is second to Levi's skills, is still alive in this point. Mikasa, well, she's still alive and she has the Ackerman bloodline. And Eren still has the attack Titan. So these are all huge factors that can play into this. We see the Levi squad skill for a bit when they fight off the female Titan, but they got clapped. Obviously, they lose that fight, but all of them were not in the group together fighting the Titan. And I really believe that if Reiner did not kill one of them, they could have possibly taken down the female Titan. There was so much coordination and trust between them that I think that they proved their strength already. We know Mish is second to Levi, which means he is better than all the members of the Levi squad, which makes this even more terrifying. Mikasa, well, she's just a natural and a prodigy because of the Ackerman bloodline, so we have nothing to worry about for her, as well as the fact that she would do anything to protect Eren. And well, Eren's Titan ability can also help drastically as well. This list of characters is so insane. Let's get into what I think would happen. Erwin and the Scouts' plan. Now, I think the Scouts' plan will go something like this: separating Reiner and Bert by lying to them, saying they need manpower in certain areas to complete a certain mission. The Scout Regiment will use all of the power they have to restrain one of these guys first. I think they would do Reiner first. They will lead him into the woods somewhere having the same equipment they used to restrain the female Titan. With the force of Levi, Mish, and the Levi squad, they would easily be able to get Reiner out of his nape. All they would need to do is cut out a square around the armor he has and get him out. After this, well, they can do a couple of things. Torture him to get information out, bait him into thinking Bert was already captured and has given up information, and we see Hanji has used this before, so it wouldn't surprise me. Thankfully, throughout all of this, Annie left and joined the military police, so they don't have to worry about her. Now, the Colossal Titan is where I think deaths may happen if he ends up transforming. But if the same squad of people that got the Armor Titan, then they can easily get Bert, because he is too slow to swat out the scouts in the ODM gear, especially the top-notch ones. This is where I think stuff gets interesting though, because in my opinion, Bert is weaker than Reiner in terms of mindset and will easily confess about the world and the history of everything. Remember, up until this point, Bert still isn't fully committed in the mission that him, Reiner, and Annie have. He still kind of feels bad and holds back a lot, and he doesn't hold back after like season 3 when they're fighting one last time before he dies. So at this point, he's still a weak-minded individual and isn't fully committed into his mission. So he confesses everything. Eldians, morally, and how the rest of the world thinks of Parody, the history of everything, why they're there to get the founding Titan from the Rice family, how there's walls in the Titans. Erwin would know why his father died, because they were trying to keep the story and everything a secret of why they live in the walls and the true reason behind everything. How you can get the 9 shapeshifter Titan powers, the injections, he tells them everything. This, well, would completely shock the entire main cast of characters. Erwin would get his answers for his father. Hanji would learn so much information about the Titans. Levi would be like, "Are you serious? Screw you, Reiner and Bert." And Eren would realize that the outside world is not what he thought it would be, but the plan would still be the same. Trying to experience it himself and for everyone. But I think at this point, I don't think Eren would want to go into an aggressive way about this, trying to kill everybody like how he did in the season finale. But let's get into where I think this will get cloudy. What will the scouts do with this new information? The outside world that despises them, the walls that are actually filled with Titans that are protecting them, and all the other shapeshifter Titans. Now, let's say that the scouts don't take Bert's word for it, but they do have one way that they can prove all this information is somewhat real, and that is a mission to get to the basement of Eren's house and find confirmation of the outside world being real. All of this that has happened up to now It's been kept a secret and kept within the Scout Regiment. They don't want anyone knowing in the walls what is going on because they don't know who to trust and who is trying to keep this idea of the outside world and everything a secret. Scouts ask Bert where the Titans come from. Bert says they use injections of spinal fluid from Titan holders and they inject them into Eldians, and this is how Titans are come to be. He explains that if Eldians turn into Titans and if they eat a certain shape-shifting Titan holder, they receive that power. The Scout Regiment takes this information and does not believe him, but will accept it for now. This is where I have Eren using his attack Titan power, and he gets memories of the future and he sees that he has the injections in his hands and he's like, what is this? This has not even happened. But he realizes that he can see into the future. He sees a glimpse of a man, and this man is a father of the Rice family, the sole survivor from years ago when Eren's dad attacked his family. The scouts plan a secret covert mission to get the injections to use. This is a secret operation, so not many people are in this fight. Let's mention Historia and Ymir now. They are still part of the cadet class and etc. They have met Eren, they have met Reiner, they all know each other and are still familiar with each other just like in the show. And Ymir still finds out that Historia is a true blood heir of the walls, and later we'll find out she can actually use the founding Titan power. But as Ymir is eavesdropping, just like what she did in the show, Annie has been following Ymir because she has felt suspicious of her. So that means that Annie knows all the information now. That Historia is a true blood heir, and she knows exactly who to go to now to find who the founding Titan holder is. And Annie is assuming the holder is him, the Rice family father. Now, Annie seeks the Rice father and confronts him in the basement underneath the chapel, that like ice looking place. First, she confronts him with all that she heard about, and that she believes he is the founding Titan, and she wants to kill him and eat him. And he's like, wait, wait a second. The founding Titan, my daughter, was eaten by Grisha years ago, who was a Titan holder and was Eren's dad. And Annie starts to freak out when she realizes that Eren has a founding Titan without even knowing. But yet again, Ymir is eavesdropping because he wanted to confront the family father of the Rice family. This is where the scouts bust into the basement of the chapel, looking for the injections in the area. This scout team is a very small team and includes only Levi and Eren as significant fighters. Annie and Eren stare at each other now. Annie knows she can take Eren in the fight, and Annie wants to take him into a fight because she wants the founding Titan. Plus, she wants to go see her father. She wants to go back home after all these years being here. She transforms without even thinking about it. And Eren too. So it's Eren and Levi versus Annie. Levi gets caught off guard by her hardening ability because he has not encountered this at all in the show. Annie gets swatted out of the air and knocked out. So now it's just Eren and Annie fighting. Annie has Eren to close death, but this is where we hear another transformation go off. Ymir comes out of nowhere and starts to help Eren. Together, they're able to knock out Annie and take her into custody. It's a 2v1, so she gets clapped. Levi slowly starts to wake up, and it's to the scouts shoving the injections in his face. They found them, and they can use them now. This is where Erwin and Hanji and the rest of the Scout Regiment walk in and realize the mess that has happened, but realize they have won. Ymir explains to Eren about her entire past and explains to him now that he has an incredible power called the Founding Titan. That this power can be used, a certain bloodline is connected to it, and that is Historia's bloodline. Oh, the summary of this battle. Eren learns of Ymir and her past and the Founding Titan. Annie is captured. The scouts now have injections to use to take shape-shifting Titans, and Ymir can confirm this information that Bert said because she turned into a Titan and just randomly killed one of the Jaw Titans and got their powers. So this is where many things can happen. And that mission that they had launched to find Eren's basement and confirmation of stuff is successful, and they see that there is a thing called a photograph and a thing called a camera that is able to capture a single frame or a single moment in life. And it's confirming technology that is not inside the walls, meaning it's somewhere in the outside world. And at this point, now that all this information has been confirmed and they have access to getting these titans, they tell the people of the walls the truth and what everything has been happening. So I think there are 4 possible endings in this story. Let's go over them. Let me know which one you think would happen. So the people inside the walls have 4 titans now. They decide to use the injections and they take the female, the armored, and the colossal titan, as well as Eren having the attack and the founding. Oh yes, I completely forgot to mention this. Historia would obviously be the one helping Eren use a founding titan. And this is why I mentioned I don't think Eren would want this bloodlust and kill everybody in the world, because again, Historia would come in here and be like, hey man, chill out bro, we don't need to do any of this, just like how she did in the show as well. So Historia would help Eren use the founding titan in the 4 possible endings that I mentioned in the video. Eren and his Scourgemen were completely successful in finding out the truth about the history of the world. There are 4 things I think the Scourgemen would do, and let's go over them. Number 1, the people of Parody communicate with the world and describe they have no intentions of killing anyone in the outside world. We know that the rest of the world may not want to follow this, but maybe they would hear them out, considering the fact that they have the Scour Regiment with ODM gear, 4 titans, and the founding titan. So after a while, they will come to an agreement and peace will be fulfilled. The Scour Regiment would say something like this: we did not do any of the actions in the past thousands of years ago. Those were our ancestors, sadly, but we had no part in what they did. So let's just move on forward and live peacefully and just grow in every single aspect that you can. And they would achieve this peace. Number 2, the scouts from the get-go deploy the first wall of colossal titans to scare the rest of the world with their power, but don't kill anyone. But they show that they will kill anyone if it comes to it. Then they communicate that there is peace between the people of Parody. We use these scare tactics to make sure y'all would listen to us. We have no intention of killing anyone. The only thing that we want is to move forward, to experience the rest of the world, go to different places, get all this technology that y'all have, and just grow. Now then, number 3, they just straight up murder everyone that comes into their path. And yeah, they have the world to themselves. I really think that this one is highly unlikely. Why would they want to destroy the world they have not seen? So that's what I think, at least. Number 4, I think this 4th one could possibly happen as well. They could communicate with the outside world that they don't want to fight anyone. They don't even deploy the colossal titans or anything. But the rest of the world still wants to fight them, and they don't want to follow through any negotiations, any peace treaties, none of that. So the rest of the world gathers all of the armies and navies that they can to fight off the people of Parody. And the people of Parody have no choice but to use the founding titans power. And I don't know if they would kill all of them or just save like maybe 30% of the people outside the walls. Who knows? But this is just another theory that I think can happen. Alrighty everybody, let me know your comments on this what if scenario and if you agree with what I had to say. All of the ideas in this video came straight from my mind, straight from the dome. I had to do some research to see which characters were still alive and some certain events that had not taken place to see what was going to happen overall. And I had so much fun doing this. I think this led me use my mind to be as creative as possible, so it was really fun making this. Let me know your comments down below on the endings and see which one you would pick. Thank you to everyone who has watched this video. If you're still in this video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Like, sub, and comment if you enjoyed. I've been your host, HR Godspeed, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Have a great day and peace.